Wahoo! Hello all, and welcome back to Castlevania Symphony of the Night. As you can tell, we have now locked the inverted castle, which is basically the same castle that we've been in before, but upside down. So we're just gonna grab like a few life and heart max ups in here. See if the royal cloak's any better, which it in fact is. So as far as our new objective goes, we don't need to kill every boss we meet in this inverted castle. Instead, we only have to kill about like 5 of them, because we can't make it to the final boss of the game without the 5 relics that these guys drop. The first boss on our agenda is the Darkling Bat. And with the newfound iron shield that I used, well, that I got off screen anyway, he's pretty easy if you use that with the shield rod against him. And we got the Ring of Vald. That's one of the 5 relics we're gonna need to make it to the final boss of the game. Or bosses, rather. And I hope you like this song that's playing in the background right now, Final Sonata, because this plays in a lot of the inverted castle areas. I really have to say, like, the Iron Shield is such a lifesaver for me. And that guy just immediately respawns. And yeah, on top of everything being upside down, like everything in the inverted castle is pretty much harder than its normal counterpart. Got the dragon helm back. So, as far as I'm concerned, it is possible to get, you know, Alucard's, all of Alucard's starting equipment back. So, as far as I'm concerned, Death didn't really steal our equipment. He just hid it away in a different castle that's so late into the game. You can't kill those floating skulls, by the way. Second boss that we'll have to kill is the creature. He basically just swings his hammer about and rolls around like so. And we got him. The 2 for Bold. So that's 2 of 5 relics we've got right now. Even the save rooms are upside down. I always found that to be a pretty amusing touch to this whole inverted castle thing. Another thing as far as the inverted castle goes, it doesn't really show you the names of the places you're gonna come across. Well, technically you've been in them before, so even though some of them now have different names, like as far as Castlevania fan sites go. Iron Ball, which I'm probably never gonna use. You want to know why I never touch the ground in this particular part of the castle? that. If you're not fast enough, those spikes will deal like ridiculous amounts of damage. This is easily one of my favourite songs in this whole game, by the way. Or rather, the inverted castle lost painting. Take another quick save here. And go up here to encounter our first optional boss of the castle. The Doppelganger Forsey. This whole shield rod iron shield combo isn't that effective against him, so I just insisted on pretty much getting him stuck in a loop. If you know how the Doppelganger 10 was, then this guy really isn't that special. And voila! That's our first optional boss out of the way. Yeah, like I said before, you don't have to kill every boss you see in this castle. Only about 5 of them, since they drop relics. And I totally forgot that this room had a lot of dark Topsy-Turvy. As far as I know, this would be a good room to like grind for experience points, since they all respawn, I believe. But let's be honest, what kind of sane man would just want to grind? Or not to pee. Like, there's just so many of them. Yeah, now that I'm pretty much in a comfortable spot right now. And yeah, I think this is the point where I find out that they all just respawn anyway. Yeah. So, good riddance to that room. Save. Well, we're not really gonna save. We're just gonna get all our health back. Rock Knights, which deal massive amounts of damage. Strangely enough, if you attack at like an angle, you can kill those Rock Knights in just one hit with the shield rod. Don't know why. Here's a Gaibon. Initially one of the first bosses you saw in the game, now he's a regular enemy. Same with Slogger in this area. So who lies beyond this room? That's right, it's Death.
So, you've made it this far. In the name of your father, cease this foolishness.
Not while there's a breath in my body.
Then for the master, I'll feast on your soul this night.
So yeah, he's pretty much the same as he's always been in these Castlevania games. Basically just spawn inside from random places, and yeah, he has two forms. Not that it's any big deal once we're abusing that. And he drops our first relic, the Eye of Vold. Am I even pronouncing that correctly? Like, Vold, Vad, like, I don't know.
I'm ready to serve, Master.
I assume that demon guy would have been able to push the switch like he did before, but I guess not, so we're switching back to the fairy. Or the Fiari card, as this game likes to call it. Power of Sire, like, I never used that in a long time, so I do remember that it's like an attack you can use, much like the pentagrams you can find, but yeah, good luck getting me to remember exactly what it does. This is probably the most foreboding area in the whole game to me. Probably because the game knows that you're going to take on the toughest boss that you'll ever see in this whole game. Like, even the actual final bosses don't even come close to what you're about to face in here. And apparently those witches still hurt you in cat form. Yeah, I just don't find it worth it to start up a wolf charge from this room in particular. So get a bit of room, and now we can start wolf charging. Yeah, let's completely fall down, why not? Necklace of J, I believe that was also another part of our equipment that was lost. So yeah, equip that. And yeah, let's just say I'm not really looking forward to watching this fight back in particular. Ladies and gentlemen, the hardest boss you'll ever fight in the whole game, Galamov. This combo that we've been abusing up to this point can only get us so far, and all the attacks he does deal massive amounts of damage. Unless you have like the Thunder Mail or something. Yeah, those thunder attacks does work doing anything against them. Other than obviously trying to dodge them. The only thing I can advise doing is to get far away from them. And where is that? Yeah, there it is, Mana Prison. Yeah, you're obviously gonna run out of MP2 trying to do all this against him, so I don't know if they intended you to fight this boss like much later into the game when you've killed the majority of the bosses in here. But yeah, this is pretty much the best I can do against him. Of course the Fiari will heal you, but again, what good is that when your attacks are going to do so little against him? Even the axes I'm throwing are dealing 1 damage. And yeah, there's a little near-death moment for you. And right here I've ran out of MP again, and I don't have any mana prisms, so really the best thing I can do is wait. And heal up. And yeah, I'm pretty much screwed. Luckily I had a life apple, so the Fiari can bring me back to life. And I can get all my MP back. Yeah, the fairy will revive you in battle, but only when you have life apples. If you don't have any, she just goes, "Oh no!" Like she can't do anything about it. So yeah, hardest boss in the game, and you don't even have to fight him really. So what's your reward for beating him? You get the gas cloud. Basically, our misform can now damage people. Whoop-de-doo. So going back to the inverted entrance. Talisman, I don't remember if that was an attack item or what. Lesser Demon. Now a regular enemy in this castle. Like, as much as I do like Final Sonata, you know, the song they play in pretty much every area of this castle, I feel like they play it way too often here. Yeah, this is probably the biggest mistake I've made, trying to get into the secret rooms this place has to offer. Because the flames those gremlins put out never go away. They just sit there forever. Like, all I wanted to do was to just see what was up here. A worthless katana, for one. And another heart max up. Not that we're really gonna use any of them. Not that we're gonna use our sub-weapons anyway. Oh god, the imps. They are without a doubt the most annoying enemies in the game. So another optional boss. This time it's Beelzebub. I don't remember him looking this dirty. And that's basically it for him. And yeah, move into the inverted chapel where we'll face the last two bosses we'll really need to fight in order to gain access to the final bosses. But yeah, these imps are by far the most annoying enemies in the game. Basically, if they manage to get behind your back, you'll pretty much lose all control of Alucard's until they eventually let go. Like right now, I can't do anything. He's just getting him to attack by himself. And yeah, try to force your control back when so many of them are ganging up on you. I don't remember the Black Panthers being stubborn to die. This Medusa fight was kind of a train wreck since I ran out of MP for this fight. Because yeah, that hit me without fail like pretty much every time. I'm pretty sure she says petrify when she dies. But yeah, she dropped our 4th relic, which means that there's now only one left. And we got ourselves another mana prism. Well, if we desperately need it anyway. I guess you could argue that we do, since, well, just look at us. We basically have no MP left. But yeah, reverse quarters time. Yeah, there's the secret room. Heart refresh. Basically, you get all your hearts back as far as I remember. Another boss now turned into a regular enemy. And the boss that we're going to fight is going to drop us our 5th and final relic. And that's basically it for him. And with that, our Vowels collection is complete. Doesn't mean we've beat every boss in this castle, of course. There's one more that we haven't beat yet. But yeah, I suddenly remembered that you know, the exit is now at the very bottom, not the top. I still have the regular castle on my brain. I was scared about falling off into these spikes, but I still had the spike breaker on anyway. Another mana prism. I don't know why, but that guy pretty much went on to become one of my favourite Dawn of Sorrow enemies. Yeah, there's one more boss in the inverted Colosseum, which is now guarded by green werewolves of all things. And they're taking after their Rondo of Blood's counterparts with their annoying slide kicks. I don't really know what I was doing since everything else would be so easy. Well, I suppose I did kind of do that just to get all my MP back. So yeah, travel through that with our Mistform. And here are the last three bosses that we're going to fight. Fake versions of the Castlevania 3 crew. Yeah, Cypher will pretty much do ice magic, Trevor will throw crosses, and Grant will just throw daggers from up on the roof like he's Spider-Man. And with that, we've pretty much killed every single boss in the Inverter's Castle. So now all that's left to do is to pretty much put an end to this game once and for all. And by that I mean finish it. So yeah, we're gonna do a quick cut. And we are back in the Inverted Marble Gallery. And now that we have all 5 relics, we can now go through this door. Or at least I will once we see what's left here. Again, just another regular old life and heart max up. Another heart refresh. And we're going to take our final save. So yeah, as for the final bosses, Shaft and Dracula, well, I'm really not gonna have much to say about them since, again, my Shield Rod and Iron Shields combo just obliterated them, so I'm just gonna let the cutscenes and gameplay do the talking for this epic final encounter.
You have done well in making it this far. I would expect no less from the son of our master.
So you are the one who was controlling Belmont?
Yes. I am the dark priest called Shaft. This world must be cleansed in the forge of chaos.
Why did you make Belmont lord of this castle?
For centuries, vampire hunters have defeated evil with holy power. But if 2 vampire hunters were to fight each other...
But Belmont's power is supreme among vampire hunters. None other could defeat him.
Exactly. That's why I removed him as a threat, by making him into lord of this castle.
But your plan has failed.
Has it indeed? We'll see what happens after I destroy your weak human side. Oh! No!
You claim to love the darkness. Go then and dwell there for all eternity.
But my goal is achieved. Count Dracula has come to purify this corrupt world with the searing flames of chaos.
Father.
Well met, my son. It's been a long time.
I was hoping we would not see each other again. I can't allow you to leave here, Father.
You have ever been the ally of humans. Have you forgotten what they did to your mother?
Think you I would forget such a thing? No, but neither do I seek revenge against them.
Still uttering the same nonsense. No matter. Now is the time to put aside your weak human side and join me in remaking this world!
Dracula, in the name of my mother, I will defeat you again!
Behold my true form and despair!
Go back whence you came. Trouble the soul of my mother no more.
How? How is it that I've been so defeated?
You have been doomed ever since you lost the ability to love.
Sarcasm. For what profit is it to a man if he gains the world and loses his own soul? Matthew 16:26, I believe. Tell me, what were Lisa's last words?
She said, do not hate humans. If you cannot live with them, then at least do them no harm. For theirs is already a hard lot. She also said to tell you that she would love you for all of eternity.
Lisa, forgive me. Farewell, my son.
And just like that, we have finally finished Castlevania Symphony of the Night for real this time. So yeah, after so many failed fake-outs from me, we can now see the good ending. Well, there is another ending if you explore, like, I believe, like, almost everything from both castles, but yeah, I definitely wasn't aiming for like 200% here. So after that whooshy FMV of Castlevania disappearing, let's let the good ending do its talking.
So you made it.
Alucard, I'm glad you're all right.
I'm sorry. 'Tis my fault you had to fight your own father.
Fear not. I had my own reasons for destroying him.
It must have been painful for you.
Indeed. But you must always remember that the only thing necessary for evil to triumph is for good men to do nothing.
I understand.
Alucard, what will you do now?
The blood that flows in my veins is cursed. 'Twould be best for this world if I were to disappear forever.
I see.
Farewell then. We'll not meet again.
Alucard?
Don't you want to go after him, Maria?
No, it's best this way. I can't ease his torment. Someday, perhaps, we will meet again. And on that day, maybe.
I see.
Let's go. Everyone's waiting for us.
Yes, let's get out of here.
And that was Castlevania Symphony of the Night. A beloved classic by many, and definitely one that has aged beautifully after 21 years. And as for my thoughts upon the recently released port, you know, as part of Castlevania Requiem on the PS4, well, I have a few things to say about it, like, not all of them positive, like, Basically, it's just a lazy port of the PSP version that was included on Dracula X Chronicles. You know, completely new dub and everything. Well, I suppose it's not new anymore, seeing as how Dracula X Chronicles is 11 years old at the time of recording this. And seeing as how it is a port of the PSP version, like, I assume that the players can now fight Maria like they could in the Saturn version and all, but regardless of what Konami will change or remove from this game altogether, like, I'm glad so many people are still willing to pick this and Rondo of Blood up. Even if it's not like the original version that we all know and love. Anything else I could blab on about, really? Well, if you're not really willing to pay for like a lazy re-release of PSP ports of two beloved classics, I'd say pretty much track down the Xbox 360 version of this, because even though that has a completely different credit song and the FMVs are pretty much absent and the sound is also compressed from what I've heard, it's pretty much the closest you're ever going to get to the original version if you're not willing to pay like over £100 just to play the PS1 version again. That's pretty much my worthless PSA to you all. And there we are, copyright 1997 by Konami. Oh how the mighty have fallen from grace. See you next time.